Pocoyo. Pocoyo was a kids show from the mid-2000s that aired on PBS about a kid named Pocoyo and their friends going on adventures. You know, normal kids show stuff. It was also pretty common for kid shows to have a liminal feel to them, especially when it comes to the backgrounds and the sets that they'd be on. Probably because of the simplistic nature of some of these sets that give the feeling that something's kind of off. For Pocoyo, the back of the show is mostly just this empty white void, with the only things being in them the cast or some props here and there. The addition of trees and other natural objects clash heavily with the white, never-ending void, making this background a little eerie. The Truman Show. The Truman Show is an amazing movie about a person whose entire life is fabricated and streamed live on television for the whole world to see. The whole movie takes place in one giant set that's imitating the real world. Because of this, a lot of shots from the movie could make for a really good liminal space. The most common of which is from the very end of the movie, so minor spoilers here, being this stairway into the clouds. Not only will you see an amazing movie, but you'll also get to see some cool little spaces here and there, so 2 for 1.
Oh, and in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Images taken from Jones Barbecue and Foot Massage ad. Jones Barbecue and Foot Massage was a very popular video that was uploaded to YouTube in 2009. I refuse to believe that video is that old. Do people still remember this video? I'm gonna feel really old if you people watching this don't know what I'm talking about. Just like some of the other entries in the past layers, this entry is all about a specific still from the video. At around 11 seconds into the video, you are met with this. An image of the store with no one in sight. The poor photo quality helps, but given that this video was made in 2009, this is probably the best that they had. I really love the harsh lighting above and the old vending machine as well. Who knew such a good liminal space would be found in Jones Barbecue and Foot Massage?
Excuse me, did you call number 52?
Did you hear me call number 52?
Lego box set backgrounds. Lego has been around for a really long time, and I cannot recall a single background. I saw a Reddit comment talking about how despite being a background, you weren't supposed to actually see it. The people at Lego make the background and then place the Lego sets on top to create the box set as we know them. All of this is news to me. I did not know that these backgrounds were separate images. I've never seen the backgrounds just by themselves. Some of these look like they're from a cartoon or a video game, like a low-budget one, but most of these images look really weird and off-putting, especially for a Lego set. Rooms by the Sea. Rooms by the Sea is a painting by Edward Hopper that depicts the inside of a house with the front door opened to a calm sea. This painting makes for a very good liminal image, especially because this painting was made in 1951, decades before liminal spaces became a niche on the internet. I also looked at more of Edward Hopper's paintings to see what else he's made because I knew I recognized that name. And if you're wondering, he made this painting. It's called Nighthawks, by the way. A bunch of his paintings also have a very liminal feel to them. Rest in peace to a very talented painter. Torquay Rainbow Funhouse. These images are of an abandoned kids' soft play in Torquay, England. I looked up how to say this word, and it said Torquay, so I'm going to pronounce it Torquay. And while these images are really liminal, the history of this place is crazy, so buckle in. The building that the Rainbow Funhouse would eventually become was first built as the Holy Trinity Church in the 1890s. Then nearly a century later in the 1980s, the church was sold off to become Breakaway Sports. And then in 2001, it finally became the Rainbow Funhouse, the most iconic thing to ever happen in 2001. And that's where we get all these dope images from. But just like all the other cool places so far on this iceberg, the Rainbow Funhouse closed their doors forever in 2015. And for 4 years it sat vacant, even catching fire at one point. Then in 2021, the place was finally restored and made into a private home. So the Rainbow Funhouse is now someone's actual house. And that is a brief history of the Rainbow Funhouse and its many faces over the years, from church to private home and even on liminal space. Minecraft Alpha.
Cut all the lights so I can see.
Minecraft is an old game. Minecraft Alpha came out in 2010, and as a child, I wanted nothing more than to play it 24/7. Some of my earliest memories were going to the Apple Store with my mom and playing Minecraft Lite on the display phones. Back in the day, there were only like 4 blocks, and the only mobs were pigs, sheep, and zombies. And Herobrine, of course. Minecraft was more of an eerie game, mostly because of its atmosphere. It also didn't help that the render distance wasn't very far, making it feel more Silent Hill than what we have today. Plus, most of the children playing this at the time thought they would run into the boogeyman if they looked hard enough, so basically what I'm trying to say is that Minecraft is a horror game, making liminal spaces feel right at home. Kristendex made a video a year ago about this very topic on how peaceful Minecraft is terrifying. I'll leave the video in the description if you want to check it out. Barnyard Game Barn. So while I was doing research for this entry, I could not for the life of me find anything meaty on this one. While there are a bunch of liminal barns on the internet, I could not really find much on the Barnyard game specifically. There is one image of a mostly empty barn that is from the game, but it really isn't that good of a liminal space in my opinion. I mean, it is an empty barn, a mostly empty barn. I also tried to see if there was any liminal stills from the barn, like from the show, rather than the video game, but again, no dice. And I know you didn't ask, but while I was looking on YouTube to see if there was anything on there, I found a 9-hour-long video of a guy playing the whole game with no commentary. Do with that what you will. AI-generated liminal spaces. This is an entry I'm not going to dwell on too much. AI is in a weird place right now where you don't really care and think it's kind of neat, or you think it's the Antichrist here to destroy us all. No matter what your feelings are about AI, when it comes to generating liminal spaces, some of them look pretty convincing, but for a bunch of them you can still obviously tell it's AI. Like, that's not what words look like. Whether you think it's cool or not is up to you. I'm just the messenger. Please don't kill me. Windows 3D Maze. So, on Windows 95, there was a screensaver that would take the form of you traversing a maze in first person. Since it was a screensaver, if you did anything like touch the mouse or type on any keys, the maze would go away, meaning that traversing the maze is completely auto-generated. And there was also 0 music. What you see is what you get. And if being in a silent liminal maze sounds like too much for you, don't worry. There's also a 2D image of a rat. I don't know why he's here, but he's chill, so it's cool. Absol Maze. The origins of this one is a little murky, but the entry itself is fairly simple. On Reddit, a user named SignBear999 found it on their old Dell computer. They even recorded a little video to go along with it. If it doesn't look familiar, then I know you're listening to this in the background. This is just a reskin of the Windows Maze screensaver, just with Absol on it. Back in the day, you could upload custom textures to the Windows Maze and it would display it instead of the default brick walls and the wooden floor. Another kind of interesting fact about this maze is that the Pokemon Absol shows up in places as a warning of impending danger. So you could read it as that in this maze there's some looming threat or something bad going to happen. That or the person that made this just really likes Absol. He does look very polite in this picture, so it's probably alright. BTS Spring Day. I did not think that BTS of all things would be on the iceberg for Liminal Spaces, but here we are. Spring Day is a song that the K-pop group released in 2017. All of the liminal areas are in the music video. Kind of weird for the entry in the fourth layer of an iceberg to be from a video with over 500 million views. But there probably isn't much overlap with BTS fans and people who frequent r/liminal space, so kind of makes sense. Fun Zone, Farmingdale, New York. Much like the Rainbow Funhouse, this was also a fun place for kids to go that is no longer around. Although I couldn't find much info on Fun Zone, I did, however, find a commercial from the 2000s talking about this exact location. I miss commercials like this, man. They were way more fun than what we have nowadays. Like, we don't need to be doing all this. This is, like, so much more enjoyable than, like, a Geico ad. People had fun targeting kids. I don't know, man. I might cut that. Rock Bottom, SpongeBob SquarePants. Growing up and watching this episode, I was so scared. Being stuck in a place you don't know with people who can't understand you and all you're trying to do is go home sounds like an absolute nightmare. Rock Bottom and liminality go together perfectly. There's a YouTuber named Villain, and they make very weird videos with a feeling of loss or nostalgia to them, and they have used some rock bottom images before in some of their videos, and they fit the creepy vibe very well. Another interesting thing about Villain is that none of their videos have titles, so most people will never find the video unless YouTube recommends them to you. A little bit of a side tangent, I know, but it's kind of related, and I thought it was cool, and I wanted to share, so. That bus was doing that shit on purpose, I swear. Dark Hallway, Gray Color 42. Well, dark hallways make sense to be in the iceberg. The Gray Color 42 was a little more confusing. From what I was able to find, tying Gray Color 42 to liminal spaces is that gray is considered to be one of the best colors for liminal spaces. I don't know what the 42 has to do with anything. I've read that it could be referring to Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, where 42 is the answer to the meaning of everything. But if not that, I don't really know what it's supposed to mean. As for the entry as a whole, I think it's referring to how dark gray hallways are the perfect liminal space, and I don't disagree, it's definitely up there as one of the best. Italian liminal space, unknown origin. Although there are tons of liminal pictures taken in Italy, shout out Italian people, all the ones I saw had a known origin, except for these. These images of a warehouse full of cheese are the ones I see the most when looking at this entry online, so this probably is the one that the iceberg was referring to, but I could very much be wrong. I personally love how the lighting of these pictures is very dramatic, even though it's just a warehouse full of cheese. I bet the smell is just wild, but I would love to roam in this warehouse for sure. Gabriele Salonga. Gabriele Salonga is a 3D artist, filmmaker, and photographer based in London, who has either knowingly or unknowingly made some amazing liminal images. Just like Jared Pike in The Last Layer, she has her own website, gabrielesalonga.com, if you want to go check her out. I personally love her use of color in most of these images. I love the blues, I love the pinks, I think they go really well together. They feel very dreamlike. And dreamcore and liminal spaces pretty much go hand in hand. She also has a Instagram at Gabriele Salonga if you want to check her out there as well. Gabriele Salonga is a 3D artist, filmmaker, and photographer. Photographer? Oh my god.